We are live. Welcome back to another episode of the Dope Sports Podcast, brought to you by DopeContent.com and Get the Tables. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here on YouTube and Twitch and on DopeContent.com as we speak, ladies and gentlemen. As you see, the co-host is here. This is going to be an interesting episode. We have NBA trade deadline approaching this Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And we've already seen a big trade. As you see on the screen, Kyrie Irving is now a Mav. He is paired up with Luka Doncic, and Laker fans are highly upset. Stephen A. Smith seems to be upset because Kyrie got out of that situation that Kyrie did not want to be in. So he got into it with Jay Williams yesterday, so that was funny. We got the NFL Pro Bowl recap. Did you watch it? Did you not watch? Did you like it? If you did watch it, I didn't really watch. I was on and off. Tony, I don't know about you, but we'll get into it once we get there. So, and yeah, man, we're gonna see if any opinions change from last week as far as the Super Bowl, and that's pretty much it. So let's get right into it. My intro didn't play. Let's play the intro. There's the intro. I forgot when I switched it because we're starting with NBA first. We normally start with NFL, so I forgot when I switched the overlay to put the actual intro to automatically start once I switched to the overlay. Now I'm nervous that if I push the NFL overlay that it might play the intro again, so I'm getting a little nervous. Actually, let me test it real quick. Okay, we good. Oh no, there we go. Hold on. All right, we good. But NBA is going on. King, what's good? WWE fan, D-Well, what's good on Twitch? To the people that's on YouTube coming in and out, shout out to y'all. Once again, we're starting with the NBA this week. Kyrie Irving is a Mav, but before we get into that, Tony, how's your day going? How's everything going?
Doing all right. Yourself?
Doing good, man. Wish I didn't have to work today, man. I enjoyed last week way too much with the ice keeping us from going to work, and now I'm just like, every morning. So
I feel you, man. Yeah.
And then Texas, we go from, what you know about it, we go from ice cold to 70-degree spring weather for 2 days, and now it started off 60 this morning, and now it's like in the 40s and it's raining.
Yeah, Texas weather is unpredictable, I swear, man.
Dude, it's
like it changes throughout the day.
Yeah, like it is ridiculous. I'm like, I went outside, I didn't even have a jacket on this morning because they said it was gonna be 65, and it was 60 when I left, and that was at 5 a.m. By the time I got back to the station around 9:30, it was like 40 degrees. I'm like, man, I'm cold. So this is stupid, man. So let's give you an update. Once again, Kyrie Irving is a Dallas Maverick. The Miami Heat are trading Dwayne Dedmon and a second rounder to San Antonio. They didn't say what San Antonio gave up. What did you guys give up?
They haven't said yet.
Okay.
They're saying it could be like a backup center or something.
Okay.
In return, but they haven't really said who's going to Miami yet. That's all just helping out Miami with their cap situation.
Yeah.
They get Dedmon off the books. We'll probably buy out Dedmon because I doubt he'll play here. Because last time he was here, it didn't really end well. So I say he'll probably be bought out, and he won't last here very long. We get an extra draft pick, so that always helps.
Okay. Now, the rumor is the Lakers and Utah are having discussions to trade Russell Westbrook and 2 first-round picks to Utah for Mike Conley and Malik Beasley and other players. If that does happen, most likely Westbrook will be brought out. Do you think that'll be a good pickup for the Lakers if that happens?
I mean, yeah. I mean, Westbrook doesn't provide much for them other than maybe a little bit of a spark off the bench. He's more of a headache than anything. Conley's a nice little facilitator. He can score too. I mean, I don't really keep up with the Utah so much to see how he's doing this season, but I know he's a very good point guard.
He's always injured.
Oh, is he injured? Really? Oh, well, damn.
Normally he's injured. He's missing time every year. You know, he's older now. He's missing time.
Yeah.
I don't know if he played. I didn't even watch the game last night until like the last 5 minutes. I forgot that the Mavericks were playing Utah last night, and I was like too busy setting up the podcast for the day. But they lost to the Mavs last night without Luka, of course, without Kyrie, without Spencer because he's gone, without Dorian Finney-Smith because he's gone. They let rookie Jaden Hardy and second-year player Josh Green go off for 29 each.
Yeah, but Utah's not good. Well, you know, they had that great start at the beginning of the season, but they came back to earth.
Yeah.
More now that the season's going through. They're not as good as we thought they might be becoming. Because you know everyone they were the big shock of the beginning of the season, seeing how well they were playing, and they were keeping up with the number 1 seed in the West, and obviously that's not anymore. But Malik Beasley, Conley, it depends on, I guess, who else they get in that trade. And then they get those 2 first-round picks from the LA Lakers. And I guess who else they get in that trade. Then they'll end up either probably buying out Westbrook, because Westbrook's not going to want to play with a team that's not going to do shit in the playoffs.
And a team that has fans said racial slurs to him in the past.
That is very true. So I don't see him, you know, he'll be bought out quickly. And yeah, it's a good trade for Utah. LA, I'm not sure. I think they need to make some more moves than that to be a contender in the West. That West is up for grabs for sure. You know, the only really 2 teams right now is Denver. You know, maybe, you know, you could throw in Memphis as well, and that's about it. Everyone else is kind of on the same wavelength. You know, Phoenix, LA, Minnesota, all of them are kind of neck and neck right now. And then the 2 top teams are Denver and Memphis. So LA needs to make some more moves. I think they missed out on getting Kyrie. I think that would have been a game changer for them.
Oh well.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. They'll probably get him next year, if anything. But yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm not sure if that's the best trade for them. But if that's the only offers that they're getting for Westbrook and they want to get rid of him, then might as well do it.
Honestly, considering how everything is going, I think that is a good trade for him. Conley is a little bit better 3-point shooter than Westbrook. He's more. It's just about styles, really. Westbrook and LeBron are the same type of player. Westbrook is just a smaller LeBron. So I knew that just not going to mesh together. You need shooters around both. Either you surround Westbrook with shooters, or you surround LeBron with shooters. Malik Beasley is a 3-and-D guy, which is something they need. Mike Conley is a guy he's not. I mean, I guess you could consider him a defensive guy as well, kinda. But he's older now. Like I said, it's not the same as him in his prime. But he fits with LeBron and AD better than what Westbrook would. So if they do make this trade, I think it would be a good trade for the Lakers. And the Lakers can make the playoffs if they do it. LeBron was on ESPN last night doing the interview. I don't know why he's getting all these special interviews for whatever reason.
Well, I think it's because he's about to break the all-time scoring leader record. So I think that's why they're. Okay. It's all about LeBron. He's on TV tonight because he has a chance of breaking it. And then I think every game they have left that he hasn't broken the record, it's all on television.
Yeah. So
there's a game tonight. There's a game on Thursday.
I get the games, but you know the interviews, because he just did an interview randomly like 2 weeks ago, I believe.
Right.
And now he's doing interviews again, and he's talking about his, I wish I could go to Target and Starbucks like a normal person and things like that. Chump ass said he's literally 2 games away. If he needs 33, he's gonna get that tonight, but it's not gonna be 2 more games.
Well, you heard what's the rumor is, like it's funny because tickets for that OKC Lakers game was going for like super crazy money. Like, in the thousands, and he's questionable. But
he go play.
Could you imagine buying tickets to that game and he doesn't play? Oh my goodness!
They better refund me. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I think he plays though. I think he's gonna play that game because he really wants to get this scoring title and go ahead and get it out the way, because he's on record saying, you know, every time people mention the top scoring players of all time, they never bring my name up, which is crazy because people don't bring his name up, and I don't understand that. Because LeBron scores at will. I mean, he's not the best shooter out of these scores, but he scores at will. So I never understood that either. So I'm completely agree with him. Alice was good. Chump ass on YouTube was good. But yeah, so far the main event, the biggest trade so far is Kyrie Irving going to the Mavericks. Ladies and gentlemen, as a Maverick fan, I am excited. Very excited about it. I know how the media talk about Kyrie. I just laugh at it. I know how Laker fans are all of a sudden talking about Kyrie when they wanted Kyrie so bad. Oh, let's re-team him up with LeBron James. But now you're mad and saying, oh, Kyrie, that's bad to trade for Kyrie and all that because he didn't make it to your Lakers. So it's just funny to me. But before I go on my rant and shut a whole bunch of people up about Kyrie, I'll let you have the floor. You tell me what your thoughts are about the trade to the Mavericks for Kyrie Irving.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of indifferent on it, honestly. He's a great player, and we've seen what he can do in the playoffs, and we have seen him carry teams to wins. He did it with LeBron. He did it with Boston, but it just seems like he's a headache in the locker room, to where I don't want to say he's a cancer, but he's definitely someone that can bring morale down very easily to a team. He's done it in Boston, and he did it in Brooklyn. And I see Stephen A's point to a little bit, saying that this man gets his way all the time. You know, he wants out in Boston, he gets out. He wanted out in Cleveland, they let him out in Cleveland. They let him out in Brooklyn as well. So it seems like whenever he's just not happy,
that's all the players.
He gets his, not necessarily.
It's James Harden all day.
To James Harden, yeah, to a stint, yeah.
That's LeBron. He started it
as well. True, but LeBron at least played out his, his contract with the team that he was with, like Miami and Cleveland as well. But I don't know. I'm curious to see how it works. I mean, Dallas does not have much defenders now on the team. That's a big negative over there in Maverickville. Their defense is going to be tough for them to stop anybody. They could make some trades and get someone who knows, maybe another big man or someone that can play some defense on that end. But I'm just saying that Kyrie, it's going to be interesting to see how him and Luka play together, because obviously they're both ball handlers. They both like the ball in their hand. Luka seems like more of a team player that will let Kyrie do his thing. And I'm just curious to see how it works out. Again, Finney Smith, I know he's not one of those players that we talk about a lot, but he's a great defender. He helped out the Mavs in the defensive end. Dinwiddie, I don't think you really lose much with him. He could hit and miss on the offensive end. Wouldn't mind him, on my team or anything. But if you get Kyrie over him, I think that's a plus. And he pretty much outdid the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, they got Dinwiddie, they get Finley, whatever his name is, and then you get the draft picks that are not until like 2029. So it's like shit. You're really. I mean, they were that desperate to get rid of Kyrie, and that desperate not to send him to LA, that they just pretty much took anything. Because when I was reading that, LA was offering the 2 first-round picks and Westbrook and whatever have you, and then the Phoenix Suns were even offering Chris Paul and Jay Crowder, and it's just like they really didn't want to send him to Phoenix or LA for whatever reason. Because I would have taken that Phoenix deal in a heartbeat. But it's just weird. They picked the Mavs over everyone. It's going to be interesting. I don't really watch Dallas games as much as you do. You live in Dallas area. So Dallas is on all the time. I don't really keep up with the Mavericks too much. I know how great Luka Doncic is. And if anybody can maybe settle down Kyrie Irving in that locker room, it could be Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban, and maybe Jason Kidd as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens and see what happens with the Mavericks in the next couple of months, especially in the playoffs.
Okay.
And that is true. Chris Paul is always injured. That is true.
And he's not playing good right now. And that contract is crazy.
Yeah, that contract is rough.
All right. I just wanted to let you get it all out because
I'm not a Mavericks enthusiast, so I can't tell you how it's going to be and how it's going to work. I just know how Kyrie is as a player and as a teammate. And he went with Boston with Tatum and Brown. It didn't work out. Went to Brooklyn with Durant and Harden. Obviously, that didn't work out. Bumped heads with LeBron and Cleveland. I mean, his track record isn't great,
That's true. I will admit that his track record isn't the best, and he admitted that he made a mistake when it came to LeBron, because at that time, a young star, he decided that he wanted to be the face of a franchise, and he didn't want to play second fiddle. So he went to Boston, ended up getting injured during the playoffs, and Boston ended up having two rookies, which was Tatum and Brown, end up playing way better than anybody thought they would at that year. And they almost took out LeBron and in the Eastern Conference Finals. So, I don't know what happened there after that. I don't know if it was jealousy. I don't know exactly what happened between when Kyrie came back. It was sour. So he goes to Brooklyn. Kevin Durant demanded Kyrie. He left Golden State and said, I will come to Brooklyn, but you have to sign Kyrie Irving. That's the only way. They signed Kyrie. Nothing really came from it. They got James Harden
for a short time. Yeah.
And when they got James Harden, I was like, yep, this is not going to work, because I know how James Harden is. James Harden don't have a good track record as well, right? So that didn't work. I don't even think they won a series. Did they win a series with those three, or did they win a series before those three?
Well, Harden and Durant and Irving, they only played like 15 games together.
And they got swept, right?
No, that's when Harden again got traded.
No, but they played in the playoffs too.
Was Harden on the team when they played in the playoffs? I think maybe Irving was hurt. Was Irving hurt maybe? They almost won. Remember they had that dramatic series with the Bucks.
Oh, that's when KD had his big toe, his size 22 big toe on the 3-point line. Yeah, but they still didn't win. So they
didn't win, no.
Yeah, so I mean, but if you look at the history of Brooklyn, it's always been an S show in Brooklyn. Yeah, even when they had the super team with Darren Williams, Joe Johnson. Then they brought in KG, they brought in Pierce, they brought in Jason Terry, they brought in all these players. It's always been crap. So it's just Brooklyn. That's just what it is. So now Kyrie is asking for a max contract from Brooklyn, right? They tell him in 2020, or last year I should say, hey, we'll give you a contract, but you have to get vaccinated first. Kyrie is not doing that. I don't blame him for it. I can't, that's your body, right? It's funny how people be like, my body, my choice when it comes to the vaccination, but those same people, tell women, anyway, we're not gonna go there. Let's keep it moving. We about to go down a whole nother thing. So let's keep it moving. But Kyrie decided not to get vaccinated, right? So they didn't give him the extension. He does his thing. We have he's anti-Semitic because he tweeted something. He just retweeted a movie that he saw. He didn't say anything with it. He just retweeted it. Hey, watch this movie. He didn't even say that. He just retweet. And then they give him a list of things, which was crazy, that he had to do to come back after his suspension. He did all of that. Then he came back. He didn't say a word. Nobody was talking about Kyrie. He just came back and balled. They moved all the way up to the 4th seed. Came up and balled. He asked for an extension again. They say, yeah, we'll give you this extension, but in your 3rd year, you're not getting guaranteed money. You're not getting your guaranteed money unless y'all win the championship. So that's when he decided, okay, well, I don't like that. Go ahead and trade me. Because there's always something between me and the owner. So go ahead and trade me.
Right.
All right. So he gets traded to Dallas. Cool. First thing I hear Laker fans say is, chump ass head. Yeah, don't go down that rabbit hole. I'm not, bro. I almost did. But he gets traded to the Mavericks for Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith. First thing I hear is, oh, that's a bad trade. Who's going to play defense? All right. Y'all act like Spencer Dinwiddie was just an all-star defender.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. But you gotta admit that y'all do lose some defense with Kyrie going there. Okay. Kyrie isn't known as a defender. Spencer isn't known as, you know.
I hear all that you're saying. We finna get to all this. Mavericks are ranked 14th in defense, in team defense, up until last night's game. Last night, they moved up to a 4-way tie with the Knicks, the Heat, the Timberwolves for 10th in all-time defense, and the Suns, I'm sorry. So that's actually a 5-way tie with the Suns, the Knicks, the Heat, and the Timberwolves after last night's game versus Utah, right? Nobody was playing defense anyway if they were already 14th in defense. And then if you want to get to personal ratings, let's get into the personal ratings. Kyrie Irving has a 115 defensive rating. Spencer Dinwiddie has a 118 defensive rating. People forget we got Markieff Morris as well. He has a 112 defensive rating. Dodo has a 116. So it's not that big of a difference.
But the thing is, defense doesn't matter now. It matters in the playoffs. As we all know, defense starts to show up more in the playoffs because you got the 7-game series. Teams start to see more of what you do, and they start strategizing for it. Defense comes more into play in the playoffs. And that's the truth. It is the truth. You cannot deny that. When you have a better defending team, you'll be able to do better against these teams that are very offensive heavy. We've seen it happen before. You got to have some defenders on your team. It just happens. You just have to have it. And I think Mavs will make a trade and get someone.
Another defender. You got rid of one 3-and-D guy for another 3-and-D guy. Dorian Finney-Smith is just a little bit more athletic. And I didn't want to get rid of Dorian Finney-Smith, but
yeah, I think that's him trading him. I think is huge for the Mavs because Markieff Morris is not gonna do shit. Come on, bro, you know that he just talks shit. It's in people's faces. We've seen it all before. Markieff Morris isn't doing nothing.
All he has to do is stand in the corner and play defense like Dorian Finney-Smith. That's the point.
We'll see. Well, look again. This is all predictions, all things that we think is going to happen. We don't know if the Mavs are going to make any more deals before Thursday, which I hope they do, because they need to bring in some more people in on that team. They can't count on Luka and this Kyrie.
That's fine.
Woods.
That's fine. I'm gonna keep cooking though.
All right, go ahead.
The Nets with Kyrie were ranked 6th in defense. Again, Spencer Dinwiddie is not a defender, so you talking about the playoffs? He didn't play no defense at all last playoff, and they made the Western Conference Finals. He didn't play defense. Jalen Brunson was not a good defender. He was not a good defender.
The offensive power on the Mavs was heavier.
So you think the offensive power with Kyrie, the 2 leading point guards in the NBA, Kyrie and Luka, you think that offense ain't finna be more powerful now?
At the moment, I don't think so.
Wow. Okay.
Because you had a 3-headed monster on the Mavs last year.
Who?
Dinwiddie, Brunson, and Doncic.
Dinwiddie didn't step up until Dinwiddie had literally one good game out of every series. He had two.
I don't know.
He had 2 against who was the second round opponent? We beat Utah. Who we play after Utah? I can't even remember who we.
He stepped up good against Phoenix.
Oh, 2 games. That's who I'm talking about. Those 2 games. He had 1 game against Utah, 2 against Phoenix, 1 against Golden State. He was not that good. Trust me. Go look it up. I watch it. This is my team.
I'm just saying. I feel like the offense was. I mean, with Woods, we'll see. I don't know how much Woods is averaging right now for the Mavs, but I think losing Brunson. I think y'all should. I don't know how. Man, y'all shouldn't have kept. Should have lost. Brunson was probably gone regardless, but losing Brunson was rough for y'all.
And then people kill me saying, so now that we got the defense out the way, and you see it really ain't no big difference. Also, you Laker fans who want to say, who's on my Facebook, and I just laughed and I didn't even respond to them. I just waited until Tuesday today so I could get this all out at one time. If they don't watch the show, they don't watch it. But don't tag me and nothing else on Facebook. Now, who's gonna play defense? Is all I heard from Laker fans that was mad. The Lakers are 21st in defense. So if Kyrie goes there, who the hell is gonna play defense there?
Bruh.
Somebody explain that to me, Laker fan. The Mavericks are ranked, they tie for 10th in defense. Kyrie goes there, whatever. It's a little drop off between them. You lose Dodo. But the Lakers are ranked 21st. So is Kyrie going to help the Lakers defense? No.
Oh, wow. So I'm hearing, so the Mavericks are shopping Tim Hardaway and Christian Wood.
Well, okay. So I was about to get into that. So Tim Hardaway should be shopped out. Bye. Get rid of him. Get rid of that contract. Bye. He's too inconsistent. He's just too inconsistent. Scooby said Lakers don't play defense. I'm a Laker fan. I'm gonna get into the comments. I've been, trying to cook right now, so I'm gonna catch up with the comments. So I've been waiting on this since the trade. So we already talked about the Lakers 21st in defense. The Mavericks are tied for 10th now after last night's game. You got the two high scoring guards in the NBA on the same team now. It's funny how everybody was like, oh, Luka needs help. Luka needs help because the Mavericks can't score consistently without Luka. They get help, and all of a sudden it turns into, oh, that's a big loss to lose Dorian Finney-Smith and Spencer Dinwiddie. What? It's not a huge loss. Luka Doncic is third in offensive efficiency. Kyrie is 15th. Spencer is 70. 7-0.
Bruh.
Not top 10, not top 20. Not top 30, not top 40, not top 50, 60. He's number 70 in offense efficiency. Now, let's get to the last thing everybody want to talk about. Oh, it's a bad trade because it might not work out and Kyrie might leave and go to LA.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
Okay. If that happens, we tried it. It didn't work here. But guess what? Now, if that does happen, we now have plenty of cap space to go out to other guys to sign the max deals. Now that we got rid of Spencer's contract and we got rid of Dorian Finney-Smith's contract. Spencer was never long-term. They said last year when they traded Porzingis for Spencer, that the reason we did that was because Spencer's contract will be easier to move for next offseason, which is this season, and it'll be easier to trade him. That's what he said. That's what he said when we traded for Spencer last year. Because a lot of people are like, why would you trade a 24-year-old rising star who seems to now be healthier than ever for Spencer Dinwiddie? And that's a bad contract. Well, we can move his contract easier. That's what he said. And that's what they did. Spencer was never the long-term thing here. Yeah, he outplayed what we thought he could do, and they end up making the Western Conference Finals. But that doesn't change what the plans were with Spencer Dinwiddie. Now, Dodo had to be added, but again, it's an all-star. It's a superstar, Kyrie Irving. This is the first time ever the Mavs have ever been able to put two superstars together like this. They couldn't do it with Dirk. They had Nash for a little bit, and by the time Nash got to superstar level, he was gone. So look, this is what you have to do if you're the Mavericks. You have to take risks like this to get players here. And what if it does work?
I agree with you. You gotta make I agree. I won't say they're in desperate mode, but they want to win.
Well, they want to keep Luka happy too. Luka asked for Kyrie.
So if you're trying to make a run at the title, you need a two-headed monster. You need another superstar on your team. A lot of teams have that. And you'll have to go after look. Kyrie's a great player. He's just a headache, and he's just not a great locker room guy.
Yes.
So let's see what happens if there's any. It gives Doncic the last shot over Kyrie and see how Kyrie reacts to that, or if Kyrie's offensive role lessens now that he's on the Mavs with Luka there. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how it's going to play out until they actually play a couple of games together and see how they mesh together. We don't know how they're going to mesh together. Because they both need the ball in their hands.
No, they don't.
Okay.
Luka had to have the ball in his hands because couldn't nobody else do nothing.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how he plays. If Kyrie's the true point and he's the one with the ball.
Kyrie's not going to be the true point. It's going to be like in Brooklyn when Harden took over the point guard position and Kyrie played the two.
We'll see.
So this,
now we saw what happens there. What happened there? Didn't work out very long.
James Harden has a losing mentality. He lose one playoff series and he begged to get out when he forced his way out of Houston to get there, and he thought he was gonna just walk his way to a championship. Come on now. Jalen Brunson, people call him ball dominant right now in New York, but him and Luka did just fine together. And it's funny how
but
people.
I think Brunson wanted out of Dallas because he wanted to be the majority scorer on the team, the guy to be the ball
Brunson,
the majority of the time.
Brunson wanted to get that money that Dallas wasn't offering him.
Too.
Brunson wanted to go to the Knicks, his team that he grew up liking and his dad now works for. It's a lot of factors that Brunson had no problems being on the court with Luka. They were best friends. Here.
I don't think he had a problem with being on the floor with Luka. I think he wanted a bigger role.
I think he was going to be a starter if he stayed, and Spencer was going to come off the bench.
I would assume so.
But
I would assume so.
But yeah, and then people say, "Oh, well, Luka's too ball dominant, Kyrie's too ball dominant." I'm like, well, Luka is 5th in assists. So how's he 2 ball dominant and he's 5th in assists? And this is with missing like 12 games this year. So he's too, then he's playing with people. Don't say that. I know what you're about to say. Don't say that, because yesterday on my Facebook I say, so is LeBron not ball dominant as well? Oh no, LeBron is 4th all time in assists. He can't be ball dominant. Well, I said Russell Westbrook is 10th all time. James Harden is number 23 all time in assists. But y'all call them ball dominant all the time. So y'all got to make up your mind. Either they ball dominant or they not because of the assists. Y'all got to make up your mind. So that's what I'm saying. If Luka is top 5 in assists every year, playing with nobodies, with role players, what you think he's gonna do when he know he actually got somebody that can take some pressure off of him now? To get the assists, you need the rock in your hand. Exactly. They look at the person that brings the ball up and just say, oh, he's ball dominant. Nobody could dribble. Dorian Finney-Smith couldn't dribble. Reggie Bullock can't dribble. Tim Hardaway can't dribble.
I'm not saying that Luka has any other options at the moment. I mean, he doesn't. Other than what Dinwiddie when he was there, didn't really have any other options. I'm just saying, look, I agree with you on Kyrie. He's a great player. He's done a lot of great things. He's just a headache, man. He's just hard to deal with. When things don't get his way, he starts to act. You know how he acts. We've seen it happen before. We've seen it. Like, I'm just saying, like, if things don't go his way, what's gonna happen? Say the Mavs go on a losing streak. Or say that I'm just saying things could happen that can trigger Kyrie, and we've seen it happen before. Maybe, Kid and Cuban and Luka.
I'm not even worried about
the storm there.
Cuban just needs to stay away from Kyrie. They not gonna mesh well. But it's all about Jason Kidd and Nico Harrison. That's who's gonna keep Kyrie in line here. That's who he has the relationships with. He loves Luka as well, but the main reason he's happy to be here right now is because of Nico Harrison and Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd was his favorite player of all time coming up as a kid. He always wanted to play for Jason Kidd. He went to his Hall of Fame ceremony when he didn't have the money to go. So he looks up to Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd is gonna keep him in line. I think Nico is gonna keep him in line. Now, as far as the offseason, it's up in the air. But again, if he leaves, oh well. We tried to get him. We had him for a couple of months. We had fun with it. But now we got cap space to go get who's ever out there in the free agent world during the summer. So I'm really not mad about this trade at all, because we had to get rid of that contract of Spencer. I wanted to keep Dodo, but if it takes getting rid of Dodo to get Kyrie for a couple of months, I would take it.
I mean, if you're the Mavericks, you can't be too upset with this trade. And you got to be happy that you get a possible. It makes your team better. It doesn't make your team worse. The only thing that people are worried about with Kyrie is his attitude and how he reacts to people and what he does to the locker room. Other than that, I think if Kyrie was a great guy and in and out of the locker room, people will be ecstatic about this trade. If you're a Mavericks fan, they'd be up in arms. But it's because of his track history of what he's done in Cleveland, what he did in Boston, what he did in Brooklyn. And again, he only has 2 months to really be with the Mavs, depending on how deep they go into the playoffs. So we don't know if anything will happen. He may not even be a Mav long enough for even an altercation to even happen. So we just got to play it out and see what happens and see what they do in the playoffs and see how well they gel together. And if they make any more moves, if they trade Hardaway and they trade Woods away, who you get in return, it's going to be interesting. Yeah. Mavs have a lot of things to do before the trade deadline to, I think, establish them as a top contender in the league.
Yeah, I don't think they're done. The crazy thing about Wood is once Wood is fully healthy, he made his return last night, but he didn't play that much. Once he is fully healthy, they low-key have a big three. They have 2 superstars and a star with Kyrie, Luka, and Christian Wood, if all healthy. But, it's just... Scooby said, can we take Wood off your hands? Yeah, for Anthony Davis. But, it's weird because one minute we're hearing, the Mavs they're shopping Christian Wood. Then in Shams report that they offered him a contract extension. So I'm like, which one is it? And maybe the Mavs did offer him an extension. And if they did and he said he's not signing it yet, then I completely understand trading Wood. But if that's not true and Wood said he wanted to sign an extension here, I don't understand. I don't get the ideal of trading him. So I don't know what it is because I'm hearing mixed reactions. I'm going to go with Sham for right now because Sham is always 100% right when it comes to the NBA. I look at Sham even more of a Woj now because Sham has been on it. So
over Woj. I'm more of a Sham guy as well.
But yeah, with the he said, love Luka, hate Kyrie, wishing for the best but prepare for the worst. GM on YouTube, and they like your CM Punk hat as well. Jay Cross said,
that's I agree with that comment that he said.
Jay Cross said the West is wide open, and that's what I'm saying. That's another thing that makes this interesting is because again, outside of Denver and low key, you can't even put Memphis up there no more because Memphis is falling down with they BS they got going on right now.
Yeah, but the Memphis will be there at the end of the day. Memphis is still one of the top teams in the West.
They're not going to win the West. You know that. You know that.
I think if any team right now is a pure favorite in the West, it's Denver.
That's it.
Denver is a loaded up team. They got from top to bottom, from the bench on. They are a well established team. They're going to be tough to beat in the West.
But Denver can be beaten. And the Mavericks
beat them. They can be, absolutely.
Mavericks match up good with them every time they play them. So
again, it's a 7-game series, so adjustments will be made. So any team can beat a team in 7 games. I mean, anything can happen. But on the home, they've only lost 4 games at home. They're a liability on the road. You catch a win or two in Denver, you might beat them. You might beat them in a series, but Denver's just tough to me.
Denver's loaded.
They haven't, and if they make any sort of moves, which they really don't even really have to, they're going to be a tough team to get out in the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, Denver's going to stand packed most likely. But again, you have everybody else 2-3 games within each other, from the 3rd all the way to the 12th spot. It's only 4 teams in the NBA that's not going to make the playoffs for sure. Charlotte, Detroit, San Antonio, and Houston. That's it. Everybody else has a legit chance.
Ain't it up. All I'm saying.
Well,
but yeah, you're right.
You're losing to Houston right now as far as that tank going.
So. One game.
Hey, that one game.
We've lost 9 in a row. Make it 20. Look, I understand your point. Right from. I mean, the fucking Kings are the 3rd seed. That's just insane to me.
I'm just saying.
But you got the Clippers, Mavs, Suns, Golden State, Timberwolves, Pelicans,
all
Jazz,
right there.
Pro Blazers, and Thunder, and the Lakers, all within 4 games within each other.
Yep.
So it just takes a win streak, another team to go on a massive losing streak for you to move up. You know, I don't like right now. I don't really see much of a change going into the playoffs, other than maybe Lakers moving up or Portland, because I feel like Golden State's gonna end up making it, even with the injuries that they get. Suns are gonna be there. Mavs, obviously. Clippers, Kings. I mean, unless they drop off,
they should. I don't understand.
So it's gonna be a fight for that 8th and in the play-in game. So you got Timberwolves, Pelicans, Jazz, and Golden State as the 2-4 teams remaining. So they will get the last 2 seeds. So if I'm the Lakers, you just try to get to that 8th, 9th, 10th, or 7th seed. And then you'll be all right. Anything can happen in the playoffs.
Scooby has no faith in his team. Now, LeBron said if they're healthy, they have a chance to make a run. And if you think of the names, Lamar champion, stop. Detroit ain't doing nothing. If LeBron, I mean, if they haven't really been healthy together, so we don't know. But if you look at the names on paper, they can. They just need shooters around them. That's the thing. They need shooters around them, and they need defenders. And LeBron needs to play defense. LeBron ain't playing defense this year. So he's letting Westbrook guard all the hard people while he's standing in the corner talking to the fans.
Well, see, the thing with LeBron, and like, I'm not defending LeBron. I'm not a LeBron apologist. I do think he's a great player. That man can't do it all, bro. He's their offense. He can't be both. Like, he can't be doing things. He can't play both sides of the field, both sides of the court 100%. You know,
why not?
He needs
he's
some time to kind of recover. So I don't mind him having Westbrook or Beverly. But Giannis is like 10 years younger than him, maybe more. So like LeBron, I feel like can't do it all for his team, and that's what we're asking him to do. We want him to guard the best players. We want him to be the best player on offense. And it's not fair to LeBron because, again, he doesn't have anyone else other than Anthony Davis who can't stay on the court longer than a minute because he breaks something or he sprains something. So, like, I'm not a LeBron apologist, but I'm just saying we gotta cut him a little bit of slack, just a little bit.
He got Westbrook. Like I said,
Westbrook who shoots 45 shots and makes 10 of them.
That's not true.
I mean, come on.
That ain't true. That ain't true. That's the media talk.
Let's
come on now.
Look, hold on. Is there stats for Westbrook? Let's see here.
I can definitely pull them up. We can pull up.
I'm right here. Let me look up. Let's look up. Hold on. I thought it was easier than. Hold on, I got an idea. Give me a minute. Go ahead, continue.
Bob Ruski says what he's been doing the last, I guess it's supposed to be last few years. Oh, he said last whatever years. Okay, got you.
All right. Westbrook is, let's see here. He's only giving me his last 5 games. What the hell?
See.
All right, let's just do last 5 games. How about that? Out of the 5 games, he shot 50% out of 2 of them. Against Indiana, he shot 12%. He was 2 for 16.
Bad games happen when you got to defend. When you have to defend the best offensive player every game, it happens.
I did see that, Jeffrey.
He is number 59 in efficiency on offense. Westbrook is in the league.
What's LeBron?
6.
Defense. What's LeBron?
Defense? Hold on. I gotta pull it up. Hold on real quick.
I bet it's better than Westbrook.
You think so?
I do.
Hold on. We
gonna
find
better
out.
Than Westbrook and Beverly.
Well, Beverly is so over. Beverly is all talk. I don't know why people think Beverly just that. He's not like that. So, hold on. LeBron's defensive rating is a 111. So remember that 111 for LeBron. And you said Westbrook, right?
Yeah.
Let me see. He's a 113, so Westbrook is better than LeBron on defense. Like I said, he's defending the toughest guys every game, following them up and down court. So it doesn't matter. Look who he's defending Harden and switching off on Embiid while LeBron was in the corner talking to number 30. that's trying to get traded. Who is that? Like, get out of here. So, but yeah.
Apparently, Jerry Lawler had a medical issue and has been rushed to the hospital.
Oh, well, I hope it's not another heart attack. So, but we'll see. Yeah, man, that's the NBA. Nothing else has came out. I was trying to stall a little bit just to see if Shan was going to give me another.
John Morant says Memphis is the most hated team in the NBA.
It's their fault if it's true. You see how they
See
talk
it on social media. Anything that has to do with the Grizzlies is frontline national television, national people putting it out. Anything else, it don't be said. That's from John Morant.
John Morant is the one that's running his mouth. And I love John Morant as a player. He's the one running his mouth saying, oh, we don't fear nobody in the West. I'm not worried about the West. We got that. First of all, you haven't consistently beaten anybody in the West. And now you've been on this losing streak in the West ever since you made those comments. You talking about you're not worried about nobody in the West. When the last time you beat Dallas? What, 3 years?
Yeah, I mean, Memphis is just, I don't trust him at all.
Exactly.
And then teams linked to OG Anunoby is Lakers, Nets, Suns, Blazers, Pacers, Knicks, Grizzlies.
To who?
Lakers, Nets, Suns, Blazers, Pacers, Knicks, Grizzlies.
No, who's the player?
OG from the Raptors.
Oh, yeah. Well, good job.
If Lakers get him, that'll help out LeBron on defense. He's a good defensive player. So there you go.
Because LeBron ain't gonna play defense. Apparently, he's just gonna stand in the corner. King, get right. He's telling people to see how these hollows. Yeah, man. John Morant, get out of here, man. He's trying to be a thug so bad.
Westbrook is 4th worst player in league in true shooting percentage. He's horrible. Thank you.
He's tired from chasing the best offensive player up and down the court. While let LeBron play defense and see where he's gonna be shooting. So,
oh my lord!
But hey,
we just put a Westbrook jersey on dope. Let's buy him a Westbrook jersey.
Man, y'all just not gonna keep just putting all the blame on this guy. When
I'm putting all the blame on Westbrook.
When I'm watching these games and I'm seeing that, okay,
so you would rather have him than Kyrie? You'd rather have Russell than Kyrie?
I wanted Westbrook here. I wanted the Mavericks to trade for Westbrook here.
You're crazy.
I didn't say rather have him.
So if say it happens, the Jazz trade for Westbrook, buy him out. You want him to come to the Mavs? Can you imagine Kyrie and Westbrook together?
No, that's not yet. Not that we got Kyrie. No. But Westbrook, again, is like LeBron. They're good when they have shooters around them. They can't be on the court together. Their styles are too similar. They can't be on the court together. They play in the same area of the court on offense. They both drive to the goal, they kick out, or they get the foul.
You got your defender, though, with Westbrook. You got your defender.
James don't need to play D because he stinks of shooting. Well, there you go, Jay Cross. That's what I'm saying. Now, imagine.
He don't need to shoot. He just needs to drive to the hole and score. There you go. That's all he needs to do.
If LeBron went in the lane, Westbrook could drive to the hole and score.
I don't give a shit what anybody says. LeBron, I think Jordan's the greatest of all time. But stop. We cannot disrespect LeBron. Man.
I'm not disrespecting LeBron. I'm just not.
Scored 25 straight points.
I'm just not going to let y'all.
In a freaking playoff game.
That's great.
With Eric Snow and
Larry Hughes and all them.
Larry Hughes and all them. Brought them to the finals. They did get swept, though.
Yeah, that's great. LeBron is a beast. He's averaging more now than what he did in Miami, which is crazy at 38 years old. So I'm not discrediting LeBron, but come on, we're not going to put everything on Westbrook, though.
You must be taking that Tom Brady supplement.
Well, they got put out by Dak, but shout out to Dak for ending that career. Let's finally get this man out of here, man.
That'd be his most successful moment in his career.
I'll take it. Brady. I'll take it. Hey, look, we put Brady out. I'm good. I'm so tired of Brady, so I am good with that. That'll be my Super Bowl. I would take it. Let's get to the NFL. The NFL Pro Bowl happened, and we already talked about Tom Brady retiring. So that's part of the news right there. Did you watch the Pro Bowl? Did you enjoy it? What you think about the new format?
I did not watch any of the Pro Bowl. I saw highlights on Twitter and when people talked about it, but Pro Bowl is not even a Pro Bowl. It's just a 3-on-3 flag football game now. I don't know. I just don't understand why they changed it up. And someone in our chat last night said because they didn't want them to get hurt. You could still get hurt in a flag football game. I mean, you take a wrong step, you know, you could still get hurt. The tackling is eliminated, but you can still get hurt. You can still get hurt in a flag football game. So it's just like, I don't understand the reasoning behind it. It's just not even a Pro Bowl anymore. You know, the kickers are not even a thing anymore. We're just doing challenges. It's just... It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, Miles Garrett did get hurt anyway, which is, again, you can still get hurt in the freaking...
Yeah, you can still get hurt. Just because they take the pads and the helmets off doesn't mean you're not going to get hurt. So I just don't understand it. I did not watch it. I did see CeeDee Lamb do a nice little catch from Geno Smith.
Hey, CD had over 200 yards, got the game-winning touchdown, and 35-33 win.
They might as well just have them play Madden against each other. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus, like that'd probably be more entertaining than what we got on Saturday.
I will say this: the 707
Sunday,
field,
whatever the hell game was.
Yeah, the 707 field was a little better than the last couple of tackle ones, because the last couple of tackle ones, they were just standing on the field throwing the ball. Nobody was like trying. At least they put some type of effort, you know, in this game to kind of make it close. Hey, you have to actually run a route. Jalen Ramsey out here tackling Tyreek Hill.
Takes out Tyreek Hill. Like, what the hell's wrong with him?
Like, that was more physical than the actual tackle games the last 3 years. So
I don't know, man.
It's still trash.
It seems like every sport other than baseball is trying to change up their All-Star game for, I guess, entertainment value.
NBA did a good job, though.
I don't mind the NBA. That one doesn't bother me. I know they changed up the point system and how they pick players now. I'm not a real fan of that. I loved it when it was East versus West and not just a pickup game.
Yeah.
And hockey is turning into like a 3-on-3 thing.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why they're trying to switch up these All-Star games for, I guess, so more fans will watch. Not making any difference. I mean, it's cool that they do like these challenges, like how much can an offensive lineman push, or how much can most spectacular or most cool catch with the blindfold on with Diggs who has a hole in the eyes. Like,
I didn't watch that.
it doesn't. I don't mind them doing cool stuff like that where they have to do like crazy catches, like the dunk contest, or how far can a quarterback throw, or the targets on the. It just doesn't make sense why they changed up the game. So there are that many injuries in the Pro Bowl that they had to change it. Like, I don't.
It wasn't.
And what the sad thing is like the NFL players themselves don't even take the Pro Bowl serious anymore. No. Yeah, Josh Allen back out of it, and instead of playing in the Pro Bowl, he played in a golf tournament.
Yeah.
Then you get guys that don't deserve to be in the Pro Bowl, like Ty Huntley, who didn't do shit all year, and gets into the Pro Bowl. So it's like
Derek Carr's in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
So
because guys are backing out and don't want to be in it.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty trash. And when I watch like the highlights of this game, I'm like, what did the defense and offensive linemen do during the game? Because they weren't on the field. So did they have a competition for the linemen and the linebackers?
Did have a competition for the linemen. I know that. I think it was like a tug of war shit. They did with the linemen.
It was.
It did some other stuff with the linemen where they had to do some type of like obstacle course or some shit like that, but they didn't even had anything. They even did something for the kickers. So it's like they had to hit like certain targets.
Yeah, I saw that
when they kicked it, and Bill Maher, of course, fucking shanked it like twice.
Hey man, that's why we starting fresh, buddy. It's why we starting fresh.
So it's like I don't understand it. You want to have them do spectacular shit.
It's field day, Bob Ruski.
It basically is.
Yeah,
it basically is. Bob's right. But if you want them to do like spectacular catches and you want them to do all this cool stuff, I'm okay with that. But at least have the game be a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Now let's get to the Super Bowl.
Okay, let's
just
do
to
it.
see if anything has changed from last week, or if you found out anything that might want to change your opinion from last week. Let's see how you feel today.
I don't really have anything that I want to change. I did listen to Dan Patrick in the morning yesterday. I was driving to Walmart, had to grab a couple things, and I was listening to an interviewer. I can't remember his name. he's an former offensive lineman, but he lives in Philly. And he says there's a lot of pressure on Philly to win this game. Not only for the players, but having Andy Reid come back and play them. It's definitely interesting if you're an Eagles fan like Jeffrey Cross and many others. Are you upset if your team loses? I mean, of course, there's going to be an upset. You're going to be upset. You don't want to see your team to lose a big game, but are you going to be a little bit okay with it being Andy Reid doing it? Seeing that he went there and he coached the team for so long. He had success there. Didn't make the Super Bowl, but he did a great job there. And you lose to him. So I'm curious to see how the Eagles react, the fans react if they do lose to the Chiefs. I really don't have any difference on my opinion. I still think the Eagles will win. I do think the game will be close. I'm curious to see how these teams adjust to each other. Kansas City is not going to have Hardman out there.
He just got placed on IR, which is crazy.
Yeah, they get Edwards-Helaire back, which I don't know if that makes a big time difference. I thought Pacheco was playing pretty damn good. I know Hilaire's more. Hilaire's more a receiving back as well.
Yeah.
So he does add another weapon to the receiving core. But both teams will be relatively healthy, other than Hardman not playing, which I don't know if that makes much of a difference if he's there or not. He's not like a Tyreek Hill or anything like that. But I'm very curious to see how they adjust to each other, because whoever scores first, pressure's on. So I'm just curious to see how the Eagles stop Travis Kelce and how the Chiefs stop that air attack and Jalen Hurts and the run game. I mean, Eagles are good on all aspects of offense, but you're going to have to stop one of these, either the receiving or have them have to run the ball or something. Have Hurts try to beat you. It's going to be interesting. Yeah. I don't change. I think Eagles win.
Yeah, my gut feeling from last week when I said I feel like the Eagles are going to do them like Tampa Bay did them 2 years ago.
I do not see that, though.
It's starting to go down a little bit as we get closer to the game. At the end of the day, I'm still going for the Chiefs, so I'm gonna pick the Chiefs to win. That's just a biased opinion for me. But the gut feeling
I really
is,
think, like you're saying that it's a blowout. Do you really feel Eagles are that much better than the Chiefs?
I just think they can have that one game where everything clicks. If everything clicks, they the most dangerous team in the league. If defense, running game, Hurts don't have to throw the ball no more than 20 times because he's running for 80, 90 yards, and Miles Austin is running for 100 yards.
I'll say that if they're playing like they did against the Giants and the Niners, where they can run and run the ball with ease and just getting 5 to 10 yards every carry, the Chiefs are in trouble. Absolutely. But the Chiefs defense is not great. They did play well against the Bengals. I'll give them that, but it's going to be a tough task for that that Chiefs defense, and it's not going to be easy for the Eagles defense either. You got Pat Mahomes, a damn wizard out there who can do whatever he wants when he has time. So it's going to be interesting.
If Dak can expose that defense for 40 points, Pat Mahomes can expose that defense for 40 points. That's my only hope when them winning. Is them Pat Mahomes just exposing that defense. Give Pat Mahomes time from that D-line, they'll be just fine. But I feel like they're gonna send major heat to Pat, especially with McCole Hardman out. So we'll see though. We'll see.
They're gonna test Mahomes and his ankle and see if he's truly still hurt or healthy. So I expect the Eagles to blitz heavy at the beginning to see how Mahomes will react to it. Because he did good against the Bengals. I mean, he didn't look like he had an ankle injury to me.
Right, and he's had 2 weeks off. So
and so it's going to be interesting to see what the Eagles throw at him. And like Jeff said, that Hurts is still kind of injured too with his shoulder. So they're going to try to have Hurts, beat them. So it's going to be interesting. I'm excited for the game. I just want a good game, man. That's all I want.
What you think the score is going to be?
Let's do score MVP. Let's do score the MVP. I'm gonna go score. Let's say. It's tough. I'm gonna say 27-23. Eagles win. and I'm gonna say Booby Sanders is the MVP.
What is the? Hold on, that's what I meant to check to see if the Vegas changed their. Let me see if Vegas changed.
I know I think the Chiefs. I'm not. I could be wrong. I think the Chiefs were like a 1.5 favorite.
Well, it was the Eagles last week.
Was it Eagles? Okay.
Yeah. Hold on, ESPN want to act stupid right now. Yeah, the Eagles were favored by 2 last week. Oh, the Eagles are favored by 1.5. Over under is 51 points.
Oh, I think it'll be under.
You think it'll be under 51?
With my score, I have them 50. Right at 50. 27-23. And Sanders will be the MVP. I think he gets like at least 2 touchdowns.
I think it'll be 33-24 Chiefs.
Oof. Okay.
And
who you guys MVP? Kelsey?
Pat.
Yeah, Mahomes. Okay.
Yeah, Pat is definitely gonna be MVP because Pat can spread it around even without Hartman. He has.
No, it's funny because like you're probably right. Like if the Eagles win, it'll probably be Hurts, unless Hurts just has like a shitty game, and the offense carried him or the defense carried him. More than likely, it'll be Hurts for the Eagles if they do win. But I'm gonna go Booby Sanders. I think he gets a couple touchdowns, gets over 100 yards.
I don't think it'll be Hurts if he did like he did last week, 125 yards, no touchdowns. You know, they could
get some rushing touchdowns. You know, that could happen. So, look, I have no dog in this fight. I'm not a big. Like I tell everybody at work, they ask, "Who do you got? Eagles, Chiefs?" I'm just tired of the Chiefs, man. They're always in the fucking mix, dude. They're like the Warriors of the NBA. They're always in the goddamn mix every year. I'm just tired of seeing them. That's why I wanted the Bengals in there. And that's why the Super Bowl last year I didn't really enjoyed, is it was other than it being the fucking Rams. But I just tired of the Chiefs, so I want the Chiefs to lose, and I want the Eagles to win, and I just want a good game. I don't want to blow out by halftime. I just want it to be like it was last year, where it came down to the last minute.
Yeah, well, that's how it's gonna be. If the Eagles win, it's gonna have to be a blowout like what Tampa Bay did. But if it's close, I got the Chiefs pulling it out. But my gut feeling from last week has started to go down a little bit, and I really appreciate that because I was like, I don't like this gut feeling of thinking the Eagles are about to just dominate them on defense. So that's kind of faded away a little bit. So I got the Chiefs putting up 30 plus points and holding them to about 24. So King said I need the Eagles to get destroyed. Hey, I'm with you, King. We agree for once. But that is the show today. Much love to everybody that came through on Twitch and YouTube and dopecontent.com.
Sure.
If we get some more breaking news, which I'm pretty sure we will, I think Thursday is going to be crazy. As far as the NBA trade deadline, I don't know. I know Tony's working, so I might just have to do a YouTube exclusive for the update trade deadline. That's kind of keep it going like that. He said Eagles will get pressure from the outside. KC is good up the middle. We'll see. I hope y'all get no pressure. I hope the refs cheat y'all and everything. Anything that can happen to keep y'all from winning the Super Bowl. Just get out of here.
Oh golly.
Pay the refs. Do all of that. Just get all of them out of here. Scooby said he appreciate the BB. Man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. You got to do it. NFL about to be over with. We got XFL starting in about 18 days. So get that a try and see how that work out. I'm a WNBA fan. I watch WNBA, but a lot of men seems to be too sexist about it. So I'm going to bring it up anyway because this I'm controlling the show. So it's a lot of moves in WNBA being made right now, and you pretty much could give it the finals to Vegas and New York because they making all the moves. So, but yeah, I might have to say that because I don't know if Tony watches WNBA. So.
I do not, but I can get my 2 cents from a guy who does not watch it. So.
Okay, well, yeah. So there we go. He said, "Can you talk hockey?" I don't really watch hockey to the playoffs, man. It is after All-Star break now because they just did it this weekend. So.
Yeah, maybe we can figure something out.
You watch hockey?
Every so often.
You watch
Not
baseball?
like religiously. I do watch baseball, yes.
Okay. We can talk about the Rangers. I did meet Taylor Hearn last week, and I met what's the doggone rookie? He just won Rookie of the Year for the Rangers. He's a pitcher. I can't even remember his name. But I met him, got a signed baseball from them and everything. So
Man,
we can talk the Rangers. Rangers got an interesting team now. They put up a little, rotation now. So, I might be interested in watching these Rangers now again with this nice rotation that they didn't put together. San Antonio traded with Miami. Yeah, we already talked about that, Scooby. That was like one of the first trades we talked about before we got into the Kyrie.
Yeah, Spurs doing them a little favor.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah, which I
they
don't
owe
like.
us one. They better give us Butler in like a year or two.
I'm telling you, I'm sick of Miami too. I'm sick of Miami too. But appreciate everybody coming through. Tony, you got anything you want to shout out?
We'll be live tomorrow if you want to come and check us out for Dynamite. But always a pleasure to being here. Always appreciate you guys letting me come here and talk some Spurs. Talk some sports. And I do appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir, man. It's always a pleasure, man. Thank to you, everybody that's joining, man. Until next time. Oh, dopecontent.com. Make sure you go to dopecontent.com. We now have a dope content market where you can get everything pretty much. CBD oil for, if you sore or whatever. Body cream for your lady, lotion, all type of lotions, energy drinks. It's all with partner with Nutrilite and things like that. So it's all, legit products. It's nothing, no BS. We've been spending months testing everything out. So go to dopecontent.com. Mrs. Dope is running the business as well. So now she's in it. So, if y'all want to support Mrs. Dope and you don't support me, support her. How about that?
There you go.
And, yeah, man, we got a lot of stuff. So go check it out. I updated the website. All you got to do is hit more products if you don't see anything that you want on that page. And it'll take you to the Amway website, which you have everything on there. Cooking stuff. Just anything you want to name is there. Trust me. What if I don't have a lady but one body? Just get it. Trust me, men use it too. And it has your skin feeling smooth. You'll get ladies then, King, if you use the body butter. I'm just telling you. And it smells good. And it's homemade. Mrs. Dope's sister actually makes them at home. So, there you go. But until next time, man, y'all be safe. Have a good one. And we are out.
Haters, y'all.
Somebody felt some disrespect. Shut up.
Shut up, bitch. Bruh.
Disrespect that.